Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Christian Presley.
And I'm Wes Beverly, and this is Yorktown Student News. In our first story, a cafe in China's southwestern Sichuan province opened last month, and at first glance, it appeared to be home to no fewer than 6 cuddly baby pandas. But in fact, they were white dogs whose faces, ears, and limbs had been dyed black, giving them the appearance of being baby panda cubs. Things aren't all cute and cuddly over there. The dyeing of the dogs has drawn widespread criticism, with one vet telling the news it could do the animals serious damage. I guess you could say there's widespread pandemonium.
You got that right, Wes. If you are hoping to buy a Nintendo Switch this quarantine season, we have some unfortunate news for you. Nearly every retailer is sold out of the popular console, and the few websites that they are available have marked up prices of at least $150. The reason being, robots. You heard that right. Hackers are using bots online to automatically buy Switches as soon as they go on sale with the intention of reselling them for an inflated price. We reached out to Amazon for a comment and asked how they'll be able to remedy this product scalping. They responded with, quote, "We have no idea how the bots have bypassed our click here if you're not a robot test, but we will upgrade security as soon as possible."
Thanks, Christian. I've always wondered if those buttons actually work. In our next story, a herd of wild goats has taken over the deserted streets of a seaside town in Wales as citizens remain in their homes to help stop the spread of coronavirus. The goats have been spotted in the town center, in front of churches, even nibbling on hedges in front of lawns. One hotel owner joked that the goats are coming into their town, staying the night, and eating all of their food, all without paying for services.
What savage beasts. I hope they're at least respecting social distance protocols.
If not, I guess it could turn out to be a bad situation. Back to you, Christian.
Thanks, Wes. This next story comes as a result of the annual Boston Marathon being canceled this year. However, that did not stop 57-year-old Joyce from competing. She ran the entire marathon, a whopping 26 miles on a treadmill in her basement. Inspired by her story, I completed a marathon myself this weekend.
Wow, Christian, I'm impressed. You ran 26 miles?
Not exactly. I don't have a basement or a treadmill, but I did watch all 4 Toy Story movies in one sitting. Thanks for teaching us that not all heroes wear capes, Joyce. And thank you, Tom Hanks, for teaching me the power of friendship.
Thanks, Christian. And now let's send it over to Benjamin Fall with our sports update. Ben?
So, as you can see, there's nothing happening. It's empty. So, back to you guys.
And that was your sports update with Benjamin Fall. Now let's send it over to our YSN correspondent with this week's student interview. Davina?
Thanks, Wes. I'm here with Aubrey. Aubrey, I heard that you finished the Exile devotional last week. Was there anything in the Devo that really stuck out to you?
Yes, Davina. I think that the devotional really gave me a perspective on things. It showed me not only that God is there for me during these times, but also that I'm not the only one who is and has gone through it. There are cases in the Bible where people have had to trust in Jesus through the hard times, and I think the devotional really laid that down for me.
Thank you for sharing that. Do you have any questions over the book of Daniel or anything that you read from the devotion?
Well, I don't think I have many questions right now, if any, but I think the devotional really just answered all of them. It was an amazing devotional, and it just answered all my questions.
Nice. Is there anything in particular that you learned last week that you think you could apply to your life?
I think that everyone should read their Bible and pray a little bit more because God is working, and we are in it with Him for the long run, and I just think that's amazing.
Aubrey, I think you're very right. I think that God is working in this time, and we need to use all this extra time we have to really focus on our relationship with Him. Thank you for sharing. Now, we're going to throw it back to Wes in the studio.
Thanks, Davina and Aubrey. That was a great interview. We hope you'll join us next week when we go over the devotional plan, God's So Good, from the Bible app, at which time we'll select one student for next week's Bible interview. Until then, let's send it over to our musical guest, Yorktown's worship pastor, Adam West. Adam?
Hey, Refuge. It's so good to see you guys. I wish we were in person, but we're not. So I just kind of wanted to share this song with you guys. It's been on my heart for the last couple of days. And it's a great song that tells of the great things that God is continually doing, even in the midst of all that's going on around us. And we can continually give him praise for all of that. So no matter what you think your future looks like, know that your future is full of mercies, full of God's mercies that are new each morning. And he's given us that to worship him today. So let's join in and sing this song together. Come, let us worship our King. Come, let us bow at his feet. He has done great things. See what a Savior has done. See how his love overcomes. He has done great things. He has done great things. Oh, hero of heaven, you conquer the grave. You free every captive. You break every chain. Oh, God, you have done great things. We dance in your freedom. You make us alive. Oh, Jesus, our Savior, your name lifted high. Oh, God, you have done great things. Yeah. You've been faithful through every storm. You'll be faithful forevermore. You have done great things. And I know you will do it again. For your promise, yes and amen. God, you do great things. Oh, God, you do great things. Yeah. Oh, hero of heaven, you conquer the grave. You free every captive. You break every chain. Oh, God, you have done great things. We dance in your freedom. You make us alive. Oh, Jesus, our Savior, your name lifted high. Oh, God, you have done great things. Hallelujah, God, above it all. Hallelujah, God, unshakable. Hallelujah, you have done great things. We're going to sing that again. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, God, above it all. Hallelujah, God, unshakable. Hallelujah, God, you've done great things. Yeah. Oh, hero of heaven, you conquer the grave. You free every captive. You break every chain. Oh, God, you have done great things. We dance in your freedom. You make us alive. Oh, Jesus, our Savior, your name lifted high. Oh, God, you have done great things. God, you do great things. You have done great things.
Thanks, Adam. Now we're going to end our time together with a feel-good story of the week. Knowing that senior citizens are at the highest risk during the COVID-19 pandemic, high school junior and California native Daniel Goldberg wanted to use his new abundance of free time to help the elderly in his community. He created Zoomers to Boomers, a website where seniors in Santa Barbara can sign up to have their groceries delivered the next day by a high school student. This act inspired many citizens throughout the country to check on their elderly neighbors. We here at YSN were inspired by Daniel's compassion and hope that it inspires our viewers to feel the same. A simple call to a grandparent, an aunt, or uncle can go a long way. Check on those who you might feel are vulnerable, because your compassion can really make a difference.
Thanks for that uplifting story, Christian. This has been your YSN News Update. Until next time, I'm Wes Bevely.
And I'm Christian Presley. Thanks for tuning in, and look forward to see you next week.